You're not peaceful inside, and your mind is racing, thinking about negative things all the time. You're judging, you're angry at people, you're angry at yourself, you're seeing what's wrong with this, what's wrong with that, and when your mind's constantly focused on what's wrong with yourself, the world, and other people, when it's mostly thinking about what's wrong, which is not your fault, we were taught that, it makes us feel bad. And when we constantly feel bad, we'll do anything to escape. Even being in a relationship with someone that's going to abuse us. Some people, like, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, people come to me and, please help my daughter, she's in this abusive relationship, and she keeps going back to it. And it's like, people don't understand. You know, maybe she's in so much pain that not being in that relationship hurts even more than being in it. I'm not telling people what to do or what not to do, but I'm just saying there's a reason why we do things that the world says is wrong. There's a reason why we do things that the world say it's hurting you. You know, there's a reason. Maybe if we look for the reason. For example, I had a girl who's a trustee of my nonprofit, two of them actually. I'm also the founder of Addiction Free Youth. She was 10 years free of cocaine and a pillar in the Cocaine Anonymous fellowships. And she came to me because she couldn't stop cutting herself with razor blades for 10 years. She showed me all the marks all over her. She said the main reason she came to me because there was no place to cut now. And we talked for 4 hours, and it's always different. I never know how to, like, when I work with people, it's always different. I'm listening to their talking. I might ask them to talk about football or something that's unrelated, and then I'm hearing things when their guards are down. And what I learned was, what was causing her to keep cutting herself was how bad she felt she was for cutting herself. In other words, the more you say, I'm bad for doing this, the more bad you feel, the more you want to do it again. Does that make sense? It was the badness that she associated with it. So she says to me, I say, why do you want to stop cutting? Because I don't care. I have no judgment. I don't care what you do. Because I don't know what's going on in someone's mind. I have no reason to judge judge anyone. So why do you want to quit? Well, because of this, it's bad, and I'm so, I should be a better example, and I'm doing this, and I'm keeping a secret from my mother and my father, And I just kept going for an hour. What's wrong with cutting? Whose body is that? Now, I'm not telling anyone to cut, okay? Hear me out. This is for this very specific individual that after that one session, she stopped cutting for 2 years. Never been able to stop for one day, stopped for 2 years, one session with me. Because I recognized for her, the reason why she was cutting was because of how much she hated herself for cutting. I want to make sure, you guys hearing what I'm saying? So I understand, it doesn't matter what I do here right now with her. I can teach her a 12-step program, I can teach her all kinds of things I know to teach. But it won't work if every time she might relapse, she just ends up hating herself even more. I got to deal with that. So for an hour, you like tattoos, right? She's got tattoos all over her body. I said, that's artistic, that's creative. I think that's cool. I see it, that the reason you're cutting yourself is because you are creative and radical, and you have to do something radical to escape the pain you're in. But I just want to let you know, if you want to think if you want to say to yourself there's something wrong with what you're doing, I don't. Because then I said to her, is it true that your mind is racing, you can't shut it up? It's just racing, and it's focused on how much you hate your mother, how much you hate this, you hate yourself. Every thought is hate, 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 hate. She goes, yeah. I said, is it also true that when you cut yourself, the thoughts stop? Yeah. How'd you know that, Scott? Because that's what happens with every addiction. Like a person that is addicted to food or anything, let's just go with anything. Their mind is like racing, they feel bad inside, and then they eat some food. Does it temporarily shut the mind up? Temporarily.